is everyone doing on this fantastic Monday chat? I'm sorry I wasn't live yesterday, but we streamed like 6 hours the day before. A whole VOD got copyrighted out the heck, dude. So if you can't see it, that's why. But yeah, no, we weren't live yesterday. We were live the day before. I'm not going to be live tomorrow, but we will be live like 6 hours today. And then we're going to be live every day until 4th of July. So for the next, after Tuesday, for the next 10 days, I'll be live, which is a fucking dub. Yo, Sauce Woody, thank you for the fucking 10 gifteds. Dub in the chat for that. Thanks, Sauce Woody, if you got a sub. Thank you for the fucking gifteds, man. GG for the sub. Onyx for the sub. Sauce, that actually might be more than 10 gifteds. How many subs was that? Chat, how many subs was that? Rich for the sub, Pickle for the 3. How's your day? Good. Carmelo for the sub, Floating for the 3. Can you watch the Frambo trailer today? Perhaps. No. I'm not watching a trailer for a game that came out like 15 years ago, Floating. King for the sub. MILF Spider, Enter, Truitt, Brett, T, BMW, Derek, Faye, Sink, Big for the sub, Faritos, and Robson for the sub. Floating, listen. I know I played Little Misfortune, and that was a great game, right? And I know Franbo is supposed to be connected to that. But Franbo is like 4 times as long as Little Misfortune, and so I don't know if we're going to be playing it or not. BBC Seeking, Seamus, Woohoo, L. Russ, GG for the 7, Sauce. Thank you for the fucking gifts again. Anyways, chat, here is the plan for today. We're starting out with some reacts. I wasn't live yesterday, and yesterday was technically a react day. So I owe you guys reacts. So we're going to do like 2 hours of reacts, and then we're going to play all of FIREWATCH. You've played longer games? I have. Then we're playing all of FIREWATCH. You guys have been at me to play FIREWATCH for forever. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to just be like a vibe-ass camp game where it's supposed to have like good story and lore. And I'm basically a person that sits at like one of those fire lookouts. That's why it's called FIREWATCH. But I've never actually played the game. Tuesday, tomorrow, I'm not live, as normal. I'm always off on Tuesdays, usually. Wednesday, horror games. Thursday, probably random Roblox and random sim games, maybe games with other streamers like Sneak. Friday reacts, Saturday VR, Sunday reacts. Next Monday is going to be random Roblox games. Next Tuesday, I will be live, and I'm going to be playing Still Wakes the Deep, some horror game that came out not long ago, and it's like 4 hours long. It's supposed to be like really high graphics, has insanely positive reviews, just dropped. You guys have been at me to play that in the Game Session tab as well. So we're going to play that next Tuesday. Next Wednesday, probably like random sim games, maybe some horror, and then next Thursday's 4th of July, and I won't be live. But I'm not live tomorrow. I'm live like 6 hours today. Tomorrow, not live, and then I'm live until the 4th. Does that sound good, chat? I'm sorry I took off yesterday, but, you know, your boy wants to take off sometimes in the fucking summer. That's how it is. And so I stream, you know, I'm already streaming more hours this month than I have in all of last year's June. So, you know, I'm still streaming more, but I have been taking, like, random days off. But I usually make up for it, which is why I'm going to be streaming nonstop until the 4th. Somebody redeemed headset then. Captain SVT for the sub. Oh, it's IC. Zaniel for the sub. Outside of tomorrow. I won't be live tomorrow. Floating for the 3. You said you would watch it. Let's just chat. Choose. Ezra Xbox for the sub. Floating. Here's the problem. When I say I don't want to play a game, and then I show my chat a trailer for it, they will instinctively vote for me to play that game to piss me off. And then I will play that game, and my chat will complain the entire time I play that game. Ezra for the sub. I will not be surprised if when we hop on FIREWATCH, 30% of my chat just complains the entire game, and I can ban 500 people from my chat. I think the other 70% are going to have a blast, you know, because everybody's raving about how FIREWATCH is the best game ever for some reason. I don't know why. But they're going to be like, boring, switch. That's what's going to happen. Floating for the 3. Ezra for the sub. Sellers for the 3. I put a metal plate in our microwave. It exploded. Eesh. Xbox for the sub. King for the 1,000 biddies. Hope you're going to have a good stream. Got to go to soccer practice. Noah VT. Took for the sub. This channel for the 3. Says Joe. Dark for the 3. My friend Jack says hi. Soda. No app. TGV for the sub. Quota for the 3. Not much of an actor chatter. I'd like to thank you for how much you changed my life. I know you don't know me, but you have no idea how much I've learned from you that has ultimately made me a better person to help me find myself. Keep doing what you're doing, Joe. Most of my donations have been long and sappy, but I don't have a lot of money, so I like to save for my honest messages. Dude, I'm fine if you send long messages. I'm perfectly fine with reading them. Thank you for the fucking nice message. And I'm glad I've been able to affect you positively. Brianna and Riley for the sub. Bukowski for the fucking subs. Thank you, Bukowski, for the 5. Gifted Z Money for the 4. Have you ever watched JJK? No. Bryce, BBC, C King, and Seamus for the sub. Scout for the 3. Choo Choo Charles. Pickle for the 3. Do you like pickles? No. Marshmallow for the 3. What's your favorite song / genre of music? I don't know, and I don't have a favorite song. Maybe Gangsters in Paradise. If I had to list one off the top of the dome. Amir for the sub. BMW for the 3. Been watching for 3 years now. Must be on YouTube recently sub. Thank you for that as content. Thank you. All right. Chat. Are we ready to do a little rundown of the reacts we have today? Nick for the sub. Off rip. Starting out with an air rack video. I actually mailed myself across America. Already has like 1 million views, I think, in a day. Blind dating 6 women by their dogs. Then we have how porn destroyed Gen Z forever. And the tragic history of World War I plastic surgery. Not many videos, but that's because we're doing about 2 hours reacts today, and then we're going to play all FIREWATCH. There's proof that he fakes his videos. Well, that was like 2 months ago, and I know you guys were spamming that video there. And he like faked a video he made like 2 years ago. I mean, I think you would be able to prove whether or not this is actually happening. We'll see, right? We'll watch it. If it seems fake, we'll skip. Seth and Water for the sub. No need to already complain before we can start watching. Somebody redeemed Flex again. Dizzy for the 3. Stare at the camera for 1 minute and 2 seconds. No. Brianna for the sub. Floating for the 3. Fine, if you won't play it, I guess you have to play Omori. There's gambling in Omori, by the way. Baka for the sub. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough because a chatter just sent me a fire-ass game suggestion. And I think it's going to trump your Omori play. They have a game that just dropped called Casino Simulator. And you basically get to create a casino, and I can also gamble at my own casino. So I think that's going to be the play there afterwards. New addiction. Yeah, new addiction. New addiction. I'm addicted to gambling on Casino Simulator. I'm addicted to gambling. Not actual money, though. I'm addicted to gambling. I'm addicted to fucking buying CSGO packs or something like that. KZ for the 3. I missed you yesterday. There's a game called Ghost of Tsushima. I've been recommended that like 1,000 times. I don't know if I'm going to play that. If y'all do have any games you want me to play or videos you want me to react to, though, exclamation point Discord, video scratch tab, game scratch tab. I find most of the videos I watch, the games that I play. So if you have any videos you want me to watch, or games you want me to play, send those there. Also, last day, after stream, I'm closing it. Game clip suggestion tab. You can send in your best, worst, or funniest gaming clips. I'm closing it after today. Because this Friday or Sunday, I'm going to be reacting to y'all's best, worst, and funniest gaming clips, okay? So, yeah, there's like a clips in there. I'm giving y'all till the end of fucking stream. At the end of stream, I'm having a mod close the tab, and then I'm going to fucking have somebody sift through it, and we're going to fucking react to a bunch of the clips on next Friday. I've sent like 13 NHL clips, and I can't wait for none of them to be shown. I can't wait to not react to your NHL clips. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm just not. I can't wait for somebody to be like, yo, where's my Chell? Where's my Chell clips? Where's Chell? Where's Chell at? Nowhere. Because I'm gonna tell them not NHL games are so funny. It'll be whatever. Realistically, Elsis is probably gonna be the one that compiles it. I'll fucking pay him to combine all the clips. And I guarantee you he's probably just going to skim by most of those. Captain and Psycho for the sub. Whatever he adds in is what I'm watching. Now Jerry for the 3. When you're in the yapping competition with Joe Bart is your opponent. VOD for the sub. Dude, I yap for 30 minutes pre-anything every stream. The Sage for the 3. What's the point of gambling there when you own the place? Like, what makes gambling exciting is the uncertainty factor. Yeah, but it's still uncertainty. You could lose money. you could still lose money to like a percentage of your value. I will say it doesn't make sense because you're the one that owns the casino, so you kind of just get it back. But no, for the sub floating for the 3. Me and Fiddle have been recording the entire playthrough of it. It takes 2 for these clips. Give me 1 more day. Floating. I say send best, worst, or funniest gaming clips in the game session tab. And you are playing a relaxing duo Switch game. And what clip are you going to send? What clip are you going to send in the game suggestion tab of It Takes Two? I play It Takes Two with my girlfriend. Like, and my girlfriend's not a gamer, right? But she plays It Takes Two. Oh, you struggling? Oh, is it just going to be a clip of you falling into the void like 500 times on repeat? Oh my god. Blue for the sub. No for the sub. Floating, I say this in the most respectful way. I really think that you probably have like 1,000 hours in Animal Crossing. Preview for the sub. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to lock in? Are we ready to lock in for today? How do you know? You just seem like somebody that would like Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing's a W game. I've never played it, but I know it's like a very vibey ass game. Moose for the 1,000 biddies. Love the streams. Going to miss when I leave for basic. Thanks for being you. Well, good luck in basic training, man. And thank you for the fucking biddies, bro. I appreciate that. Moth for the 3. So Fortnite clips when I started playing, they're so bad. What, like OG Fortnite clips from like 2018? 4th grade ass game. Dude, I would not say Animal Crossing's a 4th grade ass game. Animal Crossing has value. I just don't play it. All right, let's lock in here, chat. Done with the yapping. Done with the yapping. We got a lot of reacts, and then we got to play all of fucking Firewatch. As I said, today, reacts Firewatch, tomorrow not live. Wednesday, and then I'll be live until the 4th of July. Wednesday, horror. Thursday, random, maybe games with other streamers. Sim games, Roblox, I don't know. Friday reacts. Saturday VR, Sunday reacts. Monday, random Roblox games. White Boys FMV game. Next Tuesday is going to be a playthrough of a fucking horror game that's like 4 hours long. Or not a horror game, it's like a thriller game. It's kind of like Until Dawn. Next Wednesday is horror, and then next Thursday is 4th of July, and I'm off. If you have any games you want me to play, videos you want me to react to, exclamation with Discord, let's lock in. AO for the sub, Moth for the 3. No, I was even worse in OG. It was bad. Oh, God. Floating for the 3. Every single game stresses me out. I asked Fiddle the entire of It Takes Two. I've been freaking out. Oh, ask Fiddle. Yeah, no, I played, just to give you guys a little insight on how non-gamer Brooke is. I convinced her to finally play It Takes Two. Actually, here's a funny story first. I finally convinced her to play Minecraft with me. And we finally start playing, right? And I'm like, I'm teaching her how to play. We're playing on the Switch, right? And we're doing that split screen bullshit. And I'm moving around. I'm like, you know, getting wood. And I'm, you know, doing the base shit that you would do in the game. She's just walking around. And it's been like 2 minutes, and her character's not moving. So I look over at her, and she's like this, holding the controller. Just asleep. Passed out playing the game. Passed out playing the game. And so I was like, okay, this is not her game. So, bro, she put her to sleep, dude. She just couldn't play it. She just like broke a bunch of dirt and then fell asleep. So I was like, I'm not playing Minecraft. I'm not playing Minecraft with you again. So I was like, let's play It Takes Two. I convinced her to finally play, and I don't even know how far we are into the game. We play it like fucking once every other week. But we're playing, and she likes it. But she doesn't like the boss fights in It Takes Two. And they make her, like, anxious. And so we're playing, and we come up to the boss fight, and that's where I get, like, excited. Because I'm like, okay, we're done doing the fucking parkour shit. Which is still fun, but it's just, like, puzzle problem-solving stuff. And we get to the boss fight, and I'm, like, hype. And she's, like, stressing out. Like, actually stressing out. To the point where, like, she takes her hand off the controller and puts her hand on my arm just to show me. Dude, covered in sweat. Just, like, panicking. I'm like, it's gonna be okay, right? Like, if we don't get through this boss fight, will just restart at the beginning of the boss fight. And she's like sitting there. You know when like somebody never plays video games, that when they move the joystick, they move their body? Because it's like they don't, it's always when somebody doesn't play video games. She's going like this, just trying to like move the character. I think it's the funniest shit in the world. There was this one obstacle we were on. Oh my god, dude. I should have streamed it with her. It's fucking hilarious. There's like these chainsaws that like roll, and it's like just basically timing. And I did it like 4th try, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, do you want me to do it? It's been like 100 times, chat. Like, she's like, just like second chain, she just jumps into every time, and it kills her. And she just restarts. And she's like, no! And she gets mad, and she finally does it. She's like, fuck yeah! And she jumps, and like accidentally hits her joystick, and then hits the chain again. And I just start dying laughing, because I'm like, that took her 25 minutes, and as she was excited, she fucking fell off and died. And then had to fucking redo it again. Oh my god. Oh, it's fucking so funny. Floating for the 3. We've been playing the game for 7 hours now, but playtime-wise, we're like 2 hours in. Bo for the 3. So does Fiddle just sit there and wait for you? Oh, more dollars. Art for the sub. Ixtake for the 3. Just got back from basic training in Canada, going on my trades training on 1st of July. I love the streams. Well, thank you for the 3, and congrats on that, man. Fatality for the sub. It's Mr. for the 3. Put it in the Discord. You should check out Vegas Infinite on VR. It's gambling. I actually have that game downloaded. We might play that on the VR day Saturday. Both for the 3. Never been a stream before since I was first on YouTube, so here, hi, floating for the 3. Already read that. All right. Lock in. I actually mailed myself across America.
As a kid, I always wondered, what would happen if you shipped yourself in the mail?
Oh, sweetie, that would be way too dangerous.
Not if the box was big enough. This is crazy.
Welcome to the box.
And had like tons of food.
I've got 5 days of food right here.
And was handled with care.
Oh my god.
This is so irritating.
Goodness, I just realized. Get out of here! You are so irresponsible!
Yeah, anybody remember when like Rice Gum said he like shipped himself? There was like so many. Do you think any YouTuber has actually shipped themselves across America? I feel like we watched one that seemed real. Because 90% of those videos, it's just like they like film the box in the UPS office, but it's actually just an identical box that they're not actually in. And then they just film clips of like them sitting in the box and like their friends pick up. And chat isn't on screen. What? Awkward. Oh, anyways. They cut to like somebody that's actually on like it's like they're in a car and they're getting transported, but they're just getting like driven around the block and they just do mass jump cuts. So I'm wondering if this will actually seem real. Arts for the 3, Brody for the 3. Can't stay long. I PT sprayed my ankle. I'm sorry to hear that, man. My ankle's dark purple. Wish me luck. I hope it feels better soon. DC for the 3. I can't play any games either. They stress me out. I have 900 hours on Animal Crossing, 300 Stardew Valley. I only play Minecraft on peaceful mode. Bro, Minecraft on peaceful mode sucks.
Oh, just like your father! Ah!
Yo, I used to play Minecraft. Me and my friends used to play Minecraft, keep inventory on. And I would just, like, explore into the nether. And then whenever I was done, I would just fucking kill myself. And then I would just respawn. I would just respawn back in my house. Just no problem. All my shit, all my levels. There's just no point. There was no risk, like like in the game at all. And we used to dupe glitch everything. We had one world that was like in a jungle, and I had like I had 2 double chests of like diamond blocks. I'd be like, yeah, no, I got this. I got this legit. No, I got this legit, dude. Really. No, like dude, I have Fortune 3. I found a couple 8-mainers.
Say right?
My mom would never say that. I spent the last 9 months of my life preparing to be the first man to mail himself across the country. But I'm not going to drop myself in the mail without making sure that I'm going to come out in one piece. So I went to the one place that I knew I could trust any piece of information that I got.
Fucking chat GPT. How do I ship myself across the United States safely? I would not trust chat GPT with this.
The internet.
Oh my God.
Mailing yourself across the country is unsafe and illegal.
Okay, and then that's where you hit ChatGPT with, but if it wasn't, question mark, how would you do it? Let's say, hypothetically, we live in a country where people mail themselves across America all the time. In this situation, what would be the most efficient and safe way to do so? And then it answers. Let's say, hypothetically, making a pipe bomb isn't illegal, period. If that were the case, comma, how would I go to make one?
But hypothetically, the first...
Hypothetically, the first thing you're going to need to do is get a durable yet lightweight materials precisely engineered to accommodate a GPS tracker and high-definition camera strategically positioned to provide a comprehensive 360-degree view of both the interior and exterior of the container. Bro's giving a play-by-play.
First step might involve constructing a small test box that has been equipped with a GPS tracker and high-definition cameras.
You can see here.
Dude, I would just be nervous that, like, either A, it gets, I die of heat exhaustion. That would be a big scare, right? Because you're going to be in a hot, probably metal or wooden box. It might be like 150 in that bitch. Number two, if something crushes me, or, like, they throw the box.
Here, and here. I dropped the box off at UPS, shipped it across the
Or
country.
no air. Like, say they put them in a shipping container.
Shipped it back, where I got my first look at the footage. I was weirdly impressed by everything that goes into getting our packages from point A to point B. Lots of forklifts, conveyor belts, warehouses, cargo trucks.
Oh my God.
And number two, I found out that UPS has a...
Yo, I never understand next day Amazon shipping, bitch. You're telling me they just have the very niche specific thing I need within a day's reach? Like, obviously, if you live in the middle, like, the fucking Midwest or some shit, you're not going to get it immediately. But, like, bro, if you live in, like, the Northeast or Cali or, like, Florida or somewhere in Texas, bro, you order something, it might show up in, like, 6 hours. Where are they getting it? They just have that on standby. They shipped my Deku costume 2 days. Like, I ordered my Deku costume. It was a day and a half, and it showed up. Where they just have those on hand in, like, Amazon warehouses. They just have a fucking a large Deku fit. Why? Oh, just there? It's just waiting for somebody to buy it.
different definition.
You have a Deku costume? For a charity stream, my chat unlocked me cosplaying as a specific character. And then they chose Deku, and then during the finals event, I wore the Deku fucking fit, and it was terrible and overheated. And then I took it off and threw it in the trash.
Of fragile that I do.
What was that?
He's tossing them.
We're gonna have to put more safety measures into this box than I was anticipating. I needed to know if a human being could survive this, so I went back to my trusted source.
Here's what...
Bro, here's the problem, though, is the process of shipping a box, a test box, that is 2 feet by 1 foot, is way different than the process of shipping a human-sized box, right? He's not getting put on a conveyor belt. They're throwing his ass in a semi-truck and fucking hauling him across country, right? They're not putting him in a fucking Amazon Prime delivery box.
What you hypothetically would do next.
We spent over 2 months making the schematics and then building box 2.0.
Bro, you're telling me they wouldn't make it slightly larger? Like, why not make it a little more comfortable, dude?
We spent over
Like, he's laying...
2 months making the schematics and then
He is laying, like, very uncomfortably.
building box 2.0. A human-sized box with all kinds of instruments to measure exactly how safe this would be. And Derek. Here we go. Yep. That's better. I think my buddy Derek over here is gonna have a great time. Let's send you on your way, buddy.
Oh, so they're gonna ship Derek there and back, and if it's safe, he's gonna do it?
Derek was immediately loaded onto a plane where his oxygen levels plummeted to potentially deadly territory. Everyone
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about them putting you on the lower part of a fucking cargo plane Yeah, you might die.
Comment RIP Derek. After the failure of Box 2.0, I was willing to try just about anything.
Consult an actual human safety professional.
First thing is a temperature gauge for you. Panic button. You should have an exit up here.
Panic button? The fuck is that doing? He's in the fucking bottom part of a fucking UPS plane. What is he gonna hit a little fucking wee-woo, wee-woo? Who's gonna hear him? What are they gonna do?
So basically, overall, you think this is a really good idea?
Would you mail yourself to Paris? Fuck no. Mailing yourself across seas is worse than across America. Across seas, you're getting put on a fucking shipping container on like a fucking freight.
No. Absolutely not.
After 9 grueling months working on this project, it was finally time for the maiden journey.
We got a goddamn TikTok edit for the fucking box. Oh, does he have an oxygen tank?
Apparently, the shipping company is going to...
Yo, he did really think this through way more than I would have. I would have just given myself a box, an oxygen tank, and, like, a fucking handheld candy fan. Like one of those M&M fans you get where, like, the bottom part's a bunch of candy and then the top part's a little fan with, like, a rainbow thing. And then I just get in there.
Be here momentarily.
9 months of preparation.
Lock in. I don't know. What would you bring for entertainment? Because it's going to take them a week to haul your ass across the U.S. Oh, you need a toilet. I would have a really big piss bottle. I'd probably get like 2 empty gallon jugs. God, you need food and water too. Your phone. Yeah, but what if you don't have connection? Like, you're probably going to have really boof-ass connection. A PS5. A Game Boy, that's smart. A Game Boy with just Pokemon. And just grind out OG Pokemon on the Game Boy.
Time has finally come.
I am actually nervous. One small step for man, one large step for the Iraq Mafia.
Actually, change of plan. I would just play Brawl Stars on my phone for 2 weeks straight. I would just grind out. I would just sweat fucking Battle Royale Brawl Stars on my phone.
Yeah. I don't even need shoes. The only reason I need shoes is for the airplane ride home. If I make it there. My brother.
I love you.
Love you too. Shouts out Jack.
If you die, can I have the channel?
No.
Dang it.
Oh, I was in.
This is crazy.
I waited in anticipation of getting picked up for about 45.
Bro, if they rock him at all of this shit, that's why he has this. That's why he has all this, the little zip ties. They're not zip ties. What are those called? Things to fucking hold net.
5 minutes until.
Hey!
Are they gonna flip him? Are they gonna turn him? Are they gonna fucking, they're gonna change him so he's gonna be on the one side?
All my boys are helping him load it up right now.
I got this side, so you guys can push.
It took 5 of my friends and the driver to get this box into the truck. I have no idea how we're gonna get it off the truck, but we'll worry about that later.
I think the box is harder to move than we anticipated.
1, 2, 3.
Boys, thank you for helping me. I think I'm loaded up. I have the cameras on my phone so I can see what's around me. I think I'm by myself. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. 9 months in the making. Welcome.
Where is he going, though? Like, where is his stop point?
To the box. It's getting so hot in here.
Oh, thank God they actually have a toilet. Who was that one creator we watched that tried to ship himself? And he didn't even have a toilet. He had like a kiddie toilet. I forget the user. It was like years ago. He tried to ship himself, I think, like across a state. And he had like an actual like toddler toilet. Kill him.
It's getting so hot in here. I'm gonna
That was fake.
take my sweatpants off. Now I know what you're wondering. Eric, how are you going to eat, drink, and poop? I have this toilet right over here along with a little curtain so I can hide from you guys. Found this on TikTok. It's so cool. I've got 5 days of food right here. I've got 5 days of water right here. Batteries for charging my...
That box is going to smell so fucking bad. Because, chat, that ventilation is probably so shitty. Like, I know he likely installed some shit, but bro has no plumbing, so it's just going to be, like, fermenting poop in a hot wooden box. And he's not showering. So this man's pheromone maxing for 7 days straight.
I've got 5 days of food right here. I've got 5 days of water right here. Batteries for charging my phone and cameras. An air conditioning unit. An oxygen tank for emergencies. This fancy display right here, which tells us temperature, oxygen levels, atmosphere, all kinds of fancy things to make sure that I stay safe inside this box. I obviously have my main entrance right there, but I also have an emergency entrance right up there. Oh. The driving is insane. It's funny looking back at this footage at how confident I was that I had prepared for everything. But there were 2 things I forgot to calculate for. Number 1,
No, what is he missing? What is he missing? The poop. That's the big thing. Where's the poop going? Toilet, sleeping, food and water. He already has enough food and water. Entertainment. Oh my god, he didn't bring anything that would entertain him. Why does he have a map of the US?
I get extreme motion sickness to the point where I couldn't even finish filming the scene because I got so ill. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm about to throw up. And number 2, it's probably the wrong time of year to be driving through the desert in a large wooden box. All I'm equipped with is that AC unit. Oh, yes. Spoiler alert, that is not enough. It actually got so hot that the oxygen tank inside my box exploded. Kind of a cruel twist that what was intended to save my life almost led to my demise. Honestly, any sane person would have given up right then and there, but something I haven't told you guys yet.
Bro, dude. Yeah, that actually is stupid as fuck that he did it now. Like, doing it in the middle of winter is probably so much better because keeping warm is so much easier than cooling off. I would have shit myself. I would have given up there. That fucking oxygen tank explodes. Imagine the car he's in gets in a fucking car crash. Just a head-on collision. His body gets hurled onto the other side of the box.
Is that there's someone very special waiting for me on the other side of the country. But more on that later. While I was sleeping, the delivery guy picked up some other stuff. I'm pretty sure this was like a 12-foot kayak or something. Now that I got my nap in. My box is outfitted with everything that I've shown you, along with some special surprises. Which reminds me of a few rules we need to...
The guy opens up the gate to start, like, putting more shit into the fucking truck. And Airac's taking a shit. He doesn't know he's in there. He just hears... Just like aggressive grunting. Dude, I would freak out. If I was a UPS, I would think they kidnapped him or something. Like if I was a UPS driver and I heard a human in a wooden box that I was given, I would think there's like a dead body in there.
Established. Number 1, I have to watch my electricity consumption. I only have these 2 batteries, so I can only use power for 6 hours a day. Genuinely, I did not expect to need this AC unit this soon. What are we doing? Number 2, I'm gonna follow my normal daily routine. That means working out, eating, sleeping, my weekly date night with my girlfriend. I'm trying not to miss out on life just because I'm spending the next few...
Oh, fuck off, dude. If you threw me in that box, I'd just sleep for a week. I would just fucking zone out, man. I would play video. I wouldn't do shit. I would play video games. I would eat. I would poop as little as possible. And then I would just fucking sleep like 15 hours a day.
2 days in a box. And lastly, and maybe most importantly, under no circumstances am I allowed to leave this box. Bro, where are we? This is going to be so hard, dude. After shipping the last 2 boxes and talking to my lawyer, it turns out that mailing yourself with UPS, FedEx, USPS is very dangerous and very illegal. Not surprising at all. So I ended up spending the last few months talking to hundreds of shipping and logistics companies until I found one shipping company who basically helped me piecemeal together a plan to get me shipped across the entire country inside of this...
So do they know that he's in that box?
So the driver of this truck, let's just call him Fred, is the one person in this entire excursion who knows that I'm inside this box.
But are we doing a little transfer? Is Fred passing Airac off to another person? Or is Fred trucking him the whole way?
I'm gonna record the entire thing on these cameras right here and then post an unlisted version of the entire journey in a link in the description. So if you wanted to spend the next 4 days of your life watching me in this box, you technically could do that.
Enhance it.
Where am I going to mail myself to? I could mail myself to the top of Mount Everest. Don't actually know if I could do that. The Great Wall of China. I don't know. But the destination that I picked, it is somebody that I love dearly. I don't want to give too much away. I'll reveal more details as we go. I called my friends.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like fucking Rhode Island, dude. It's gonna be like fucking Rhode Island. I'm telling you right now. He's in a direct shot across. It's gonna be some boof-ass town in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Earlier, and I asked
He's gonna ship himself to like fucking Vermont. Yeah, Maine.
them to give you guys a hint.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go visit a friend.
You gonna go back to your mommy and cry?
Oh,
It's gonna be Mr. Beast. It's not gonna be fucking Mr. Beast. It was a childhood photo.
Are you making fun of my
Oh
last
my god, it might be Mr. Beast in North Carolina. Oh.
video?
No, I thought it was
If it's Jimmy.
awesome, but that's just what
What's wrong with Rhode Island? It's a very forgettable state. Warp for the sub. Hannah for the sub. Swarm for the sub. CJ for the 3. How do you enter a clip? What? Grilled for the 3. Asked you how to ask about my crush. I did, and she called me fugly and laughed at me. Anyways, W stream, have a good day. Well, you know, I'm sorry you went through that, man, but I do want to say, if you actually asked somebody out and their response was that you were fugly and laughed at you, then they're the last person that you want to be with, and that's probably good that they did that, because now you found out that they're a shitty person. Slide Steel for the sub, Semester for the 3. Put the poop in the water bottle. Gabby Dead Calves, Sin for the sub, I'm Spaded for the 3. Your shoes have been helping me recently, thanks. No problem. Neela for the sub, I'm a JB for the 3. Live in Missouri, I get same-day shipping consistently. I generally don't believe Amazon is in a monopoly with 100 million shell companies. I'll buy a goddamn 1,000 megabyte HDMI that nowhere around me sells at 10 a.m. They have that shit to me by 4 p.m. Except for the 3. Got HyperX Cloud 2 headphones, came in 3 hours after I bought it. Dude, how? Like, they instantly had to throw that on a truck and drive it to you. Ginger Gabe Devin for the sub, Impost for the 3. Used to work at Amazon. When you choose to have overnight shipping, they have certain people run across a mile-long warehouse to get it packed and shipped out. Pavlovsky for the sub, Snaggy for the 3. They don't scan them. Big for the 1,050 bits. You missed my biddies. Can you read them? Pete and YWS for the sub. I missed your biddies. Imagine getting into a car accident while his poop falls out. Dude, imagine getting into a car accident while he's taking a shit. Just got my paycheck. You're a positive influence on me and my mental health. Got my mental health on track after losing my mom. I'm sorry for your loss, man. Also, W reacts to love the philosophy streams. So I'm glad that you like the reacts and the philosophy streams, man. I appreciate that. Pete and YNS for the sub, Pete for the sub. Tried Stardew, stressed me out too much over the fishing. Harky for the sub, Arts for the 3. Brody for the 3. Del for the sub, Mr. Zan for the 3. Can you look at the camera and say, bro, lock in? No. King for the 3. Bro, lock in. King for the 3. I already say that 1,000 times. Why would I say that right now? Casually watching your stream after soccer practice. Better workout. Love the streams. Keep up the great work. Word for the sub.
you did. Heard rumor that you're going to see our good old buddy. It's obviously Phidias. It's not Phidias.
Arak fakes his videos. He literally just said he's linking a 72-hour uncut version of the full. You could literally click here. And this is 3 days long of him in the fucking... Like, that's not an hour. That's a day, 23 hours, 17 minutes. You could just see him get fucking shipped. The majority of it, he just fucking sleeps. Holy shit, he just sleeps the whole fucking time, dude. Oh, no, he's up here. He looks like he's fucking hating that shit. You said you would sleep the whole time, too? Oh, definitely.
As a kid, I
No, I thought it was awesome, but that's just what you did. Heard rumor that you're going to see our good old buddy. It's obviously Phidias. It's not Phidias.
What I will say is that our destination is somewhere on the East Coast, which means we're about 2,700 miles away from them. Nobody said being the Elon Musk of mail transportation was gonna be easy. We were nearing the end of day one. The sun was setting. My boy Fred was grinding. Honestly, every time you opened the back of this truck, I got some fresh air, which was huge for me. And I had a mission of my own. I legitimately have been waiting months to try this toilet out. Please put this curtain in here since I'm recording for 4 days straight, but I'm gonna verbally walk you through how going number one is.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, that was sick. Oh, whoa.
I did my best to get sleep, but it was tough
You're
given
just pissing in a toilet. What's so sick? What was that fucking noise? Is it crushing up his poop?
that I was using the toilet all night for this. And unfortunately on day 2, it wasn't gonna get any better.
No, bro. He's just gonna puke the whole time.
8 o'clock in the morning. We're currently in
And then that's gonna make it smell worse.
Phoenix, Arizona. I am kind of a violent sleeper, and I broke my camera in my sleep somehow. No, not great timing. We are so early into this video.
Like I said, while I'm in the box, my goal is to stay consistent, and back home I have a very consistent morning routine. I took a shower with these shower wipes. I boiled some water to make my morning.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, consistent ass morning routine. This is the fuck I do when I wake up. I roll out of bed. As I sit up, I feel 2 pounds of feces just brewing in my intestines, right? Just ready to fucking get out of me, right? I get up and I borderline sprint to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. As I'm brushing my teeth, I am with the fucking might of Zeus holding this shit so I don't fucking shit my pants. I get water. I take my allergy meds. That's in the summer, right? Because I'm allergic to tree pollen. Anyways, then I probably take a fucking 2-pound shit. I get up, I eat, and I take another 2-pound shit. This one's actually probably a pound, maybe 50% of the size of the first. And then that's my morning. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then I start doing work. Zachary for the 3. Can I get a poster signed from you? No, the fake for the sub. I don't even know how I would get that to you.
Morning coffee, and then I had my morning bathroom break.
Oh, I am very dehydrated.
And thanks to all the truck turbulence, me and my TikTok toilet got to know each other very, very intimately. While I was suffering in the box, I realized I hadn't made my friend from home anything personal, so I decided I would make him a heartfelt video. However, I was not in the right environment.
This is so scary.
One thing I learned from my test shipments is when a box like mine gets shipped across the country, it can end up in a warehouse for anywhere between 2 hours and 2 days. The shipping company knows, but I don't have any idea how long I'm gonna be inside of this place, which means I'll have plenty of time to make a heartfelt video for my friend. I started by giving today's sponsor, InVideo AI, a prompt about a type of video I wanted, and it created a script, found related footage, added VO and subtitles that I could edit even in my non-responsive state. That's in your first month.
Gosh, if I puke right now, it would be so bad. I don't know if I'm going into the same truck or a new truck. The only thing I know is that my boy Fred is watching from somewhere.
This is where it would be really funny to have a live stream with TTS on, and the chatters just start sending the most obscene messages possible, like full volume through the fucking box. And then the guy on the forklift was like, "What was that?" And he stops the truck. Somebody does it again.
Or to keep me safe. It's getting so hot in here. I had to turn off my ventilation so I can be extra quiet.
Luckily, I was only moving through this warehouse for a few hours before I was put into a truck. And like I told you guys, I didn't want to miss out on any of my normal life, so I had some calls to take.
Hey, Emily, how's it going? I'm in a box right now. I talked to Netflix about a they wanted to do. There's this toilet. What's your biggest platform? Is Facebook Yale's biggest one? It's like a dry toilet.
But then immediately after finishing the call,
It's a dry, so he just keeps explaining. Bro, every person he calls is just like, bro, how are you taking a dump right now? Well, it's a dry toilet. So he's just ripping turds into a bowl. And then it sits there. Like, where does it go after that?
I would need a little break. Again and
like,
again.
Where's all this vomit? Where's all this vomit and this poop accumulating? Imagine he comes back on the mic and he goes, all right, guys, we have a problem. And he's holding that lavalier. The shit tank is full. And I have one brewing in the system. We're gonna need to transfer this poop over, and we're on a rocky road right now, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've come up with a plan of putting it in a fucking plastic bag. But this transfer is gonna have to be hand done, and if we hit a rock, poop's going everywhere. See, that would make the video way more entertaining. Water bottles? How are you gonna take a shit in a water bottle, dog? You're gonna poop in a fucking water bottle. How thin are your shits, dude?
Again, I had all of these fun.
What the fuck is that? Pooping in a fucking water bottle. A water bottle holds about yay big.
Things planned that I was gonna do inside.
Take a large opening, then you can't close it. Then you just have a turd sitting in a fucking plastic water bottle that's open. Then what?
Out of this box. You probably saw the excitement in my eyes at the beginning, but I am hanging on for dear life right
Dude, and the fact that he's sleeping with his head by the toilet.
now. During the day, it gets like 90 degrees inside this box, and then I get motion sickness as well, and the combination of the two makes me start puking violently. I have this shirt with water on my head right now to cool me down. I always overestimate my abilities in these experiments.
A Gatorade bottle? I could more realistically take a shit in a Gatorade bottle. That would be pinpoint accuracy, though. That would be like landing a plane.
This is really, really bad. I'm feeling slightly less sick, and I have to go pee. If I do this successfully without puking...
Dude, I'm just imagining having to take a shit in a fucking empty Gatorade bottle. Dude, you would dead ass be in the squat position, and you would have to hold the water bottle. You would have to hold the Gatorade bottle. And, like, you couldn't deviate positions, or else you're just gonna shit on your own hands. And so you're like trying to make it work, bro. That would be terrible. Having to shit in a Gatorade bottle would be like the most unenjoyable experience you could possibly go through.
I am going to need a standing ovation.
Shove it up, bro. Yeah, you could get it close. Yeah, obviously, you're not dropping bombs. You're not fucking 3 feet away from the bottle, but still. Dude, he's peeing in the toilet, too.
I didn't puke. Editors, cue clapping sound effect. Thank you. Thank you. Currently, we've made it from Los Angeles. Whoa. To Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is 2:30 in the morning. I'm on the verge of puking all over that camera, and I need to lay down. I love you guys. We drove through the entire night from New Mexico, where I woke up in Oklahoma City to this.
How is the same dude driving him the whole time?
On day 3, I woke up to the excruciating need to pee and the sound of people walking around the box. I immediately started closing the ventilation flaps so that no one could even hear me breathing. First, I heard footsteps.
Oh, he's not with him anymore. He's not with the guy that initially transferred him.
All around the box. Then these banging noises. Then some sort of door opening. And then after a while, it was just silence. I had a feeling I was being lifted onto another forklift, so I turned all the lights off inside the box and sat in complete darkness so that the forklift driver doesn't suspect that he's carrying a person inside of this box.
Then stop fucking talking!
No, I used to work at Home Depot, and I used to drive the forklift for my job. I've always wanted to know what it would be like to be on a forklift. I might be getting overconfident with these lights, but this is absolutely insane.
I checked my exterior cameras to find out what was happening.
I'm really high right now. This is a crazy feeling.
I don't know if
Yo, what if the forklift driver deadass dropped him, though? For the 3, thanks for always making me laugh. Your streams and videos got me through some tough times. Arson? Is that your name? Done for the sub. Zachary for the 4. Can I get a signed poster? No. Vlyn for the 1,000 or for the 800 biddies. Tomorrow's my birthday. Happy early birthday. You helped me through so much, and when I felt like I had nobody, I'd just watch your videos. Help me feel better. Thanks for being you. Dub. Wobble wobble for the 3. What was that one skin of a duck or a goose joke you made like 2.5 years ago that made no sense? Kanye for the sub. It was when somebody was saying their skin was smooth, and then I said, I have the skin of a goose.
These workers were just having fun with the box because they knew they were
And I guarantee you, though, Goose's skin is probably really smooth.
cameras, but they drove me around in circles for hours. The main problem was I had to use the bathroom so bad, but the TikTok toilet is so loud it would give me away, so I just had to hold it while
You're just a pee in my bowl? Bro, that one's good, though. That's actually a good... Like, that made sense. If I just say you're a pea in my bowl, that's like you're a pea in my bowl of peas. You know? Like, you're one of many. The hog for the sub. Life, thank you for the 5 gifteds, bro. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 5 gifteds.
This was happening.
What is that? Oh my gosh, bro. I think they're putting me in like a storage container. What's happening?
I was being tossed around like I show speed in a WWE wrestling match. Hot, sweaty, physically ill. I was starting to wonder if I'd even reach my destination. But finally, I saw light at the end of the tunnel because I was being loaded onto a truck. And that's when I overheard the workers' conversations.
Oh, really? What is it? YouTube, man. There's a guy inside.
So all the warehouse workers know that there's cameras on this box, but they don't know that I'm inside. And they're talking about being filmed for YouTube. It's so funny.
The workers eventually walked away. The coast was clear, and I was finally able to take...
So they think that they're just filming the fucking shipment process. They don't know that the guy's actually in the fucking box.
...care of some long-held business. I needed that. Now that we're out, I'm opening up all of these ventilation flaps. I'm gonna turn the fan up. Oh my gosh.
This video is so fake. Bro, like, I know that there's a lot of people that said Airrack's other videos are fake. I never actually watched those videos. I literally just showed you there is a 3-day or a 4-day live stream where you can, or not live stream, YouTube video, where you can watch him for 4 days straight in, like, it's not edited. It is a 4-day fucking video watching him stay there. It's looped. Oh, you watched it, Cooper? You watched it, Cooper.
It's never not moving. It's just constantly being jostled for 3 days straight. The box was starting to cool down. My motion sickness was starting to wear off.
Well, actually, I watched 8 hours, and I saw a glitch that I was actually a little bit suspicious of, so I ended up rewinding it, and it turns out that it's actually an 8-hour live stream footage that's looped. That's kind of like an Amaranth stream.
And it was Wednesday after.
That's kind of like what Amaranth used to do, those 10-hour ASMR streams, but it was actually just 2 hours of ASMR on loop.
Afternoon, which is normally when I have date night with my girlfriend.
Actually, I think this is just an evolved version of ChatGPT. I think this is entirely fake.
It's my girlfriend, Hope. Do you want to just tell her what you told me about my odds?
If it's under 50%, I don't do it. So in his scenario, he's under 50.
I'm not surprised. It's a stupid box. Who thought this was a good idea?
I look not date night ready right now, to be honest. But if I was going to have date night, I needed to prepare some kind of a meal. I never had my coffee today, so I'm going to make that right now.
Oh my God. He gets ready for the date night, gets all spiffy. He's eating like beef jerky for dinner, and he's talking to his girlfriend. He gets really bad motion sickness, just throws up right in the plate. She's like telling him a story. He's listening. She's like, okay, so you've been gone for 2 days. Pukes right into the plate. Keeps listening.
My gosh. Bro. Oh, so good. We're doing rice and chicken tonight. This is like a freeze-dried meal. I eat a piece of gum really quick. I haven't brushed my teeth in a few days. I guess you can't smell it, but it just feels respectful.
He looks horrible. He looks fucking horrible. He hasn't brushed his teeth. Bro, you could at least brush your teeth in this video.
I was planning on saving this meal to have with my girlfriend during our date, but given I hadn't eaten in 2 days, once I got a whiff, I could not wait. Oh my gosh. The only food going through my body over the last 3 days has been going out. Having food going in, it hits different, bro. It also turned out that running the AC for 2 days destroyed my battery life. I now have 10% battery left for my date night and the entire rest of my mission. So after this date, I think I'm gonna have to go in eco mode, which basically just means not using any electricity. If you guys already thought this was hard, it is about to get way harder. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make this date fast.
Hey.
Hi.
Here in this food.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have my meal right here.
It looks great.
That was the date?
Did I tell you who I'm going to go visit?
I don't think so. Oh my God.
My life is up to the shipping system at this point. It's actually terrifying how little control I have. Maybe you'll come with me in the box next time.
No. Are you ever?
Wait, I just thought about this. The reason no YouTuber can legitimately do this across country is because that would be illegal immigration. Like, if he went from the US to, like, Canada or Europe or anywhere like that, he could get, like, thrown in prison for, like, if he filmed that, it would just prove that he actually went into a country illegally. Like, he would never have gone through customs or, like, he would have never shown his passport or anything of those sorts. It would have just been fucking horrible.
We're gonna do this again?
I'm trying to innovate a new form of transportation.
No one's buying it.
I'm basically the Elon Musk of box transportation. You say ugh?
No.
Yeah, you did. You said ugh.
No, I didn't say anything.
My
Just realized that? Well, I wasn't really thinking about it.
battery is at 1% left, so
Yeah.
I think I need to hang up.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you.
Love you so much. Goodbye. After this date, the lights went off, and I was completely out of electricity. That means for the rest of this journey, I am in complete darkness, and anything that requires electricity is not going to work. The toilet, my AC unit, my temperature gauge.
Would you be able to get back? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You ship yourself to the UK. You bring your passport. You don't show anyone your passport. You're in the UK. Right? Listen. Chat, listen to me. You ship yourself to the United Kingdom, no passport. All right? On the way back, you have to show the security guard or the security people at the airport, the TSA agents. You have to show them your passport. Do you think on their system it would show that you never went to the United Kingdom? I don't think it would. I don't think they would know. I think if you were able to get shipped to your friend's house, like in a different country, and you got out of the box, you could stay there for a week. And then when you left and they scan your passport, I don't think it would go, how did they get here? I think it would just go, okay, the passport's valid. And then you leave. You don't have the stamp. They don't look at that shit. They look at that? I've never seen them look at that. When they stamp my passport, they just go, and then they go. They don't check it on the way back. They do? Do they really? I've never seen them look at it. Whenever I go back, like when I came back from Iceland, they didn't check the stamp. They just went, good. And then they let me go. TWS for the sub. Leak for the 50! Hey, man, going through a bad divorce. Your videos help me a lot. You're funny as fuck, man. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry you're going through a divorce, man. I leave 4K. Dude, I'm sorry you're going through that, man. That's horrible. Fucking F in the chat for that. Like, I don't really know what else I could say. That fucking sucks, man. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. I hope, like, the legality stuff and just, you know, moving on goes well. And that it's not overly complicated or, you know, taxing mentally or financially. That's for the 3. When you flush, do you close the toilet or leave it open and let the poop particles fly around? When I flush a toilet, I don't close the seat. Silver Dez Swiggle for the sub. Mide for the sub. Do you guys close the toilet seat before you flush a toilet? I take a shit. I wipe my ass. And then I flush the toilet. As it's flushing, I might close it. But for the most part, I usually leave it open to check that it went down. I'm a clogger, right? I clog toilets. So I see that it went down, and then I shut it. Memphis and Native for the sub.
I am basically the Bear Grylls of box. I think I'm just gonna try to sleep to do the closest form of time travel that I'm capable of. I do not want to be.
Bro said TMI, buddy. Bro said TMI after I just went through a hypothetical scenario of shitting in a Gatorade bottle in a hot storage container. And then when I tell you that I flushed the toilet and I look at it to make sure that it went down, that's TMI, right? But me giving a detailed hypothetical, like, imaginary example of, you know, having to poop in a Gatorade bottle.
In this box.
That's not TMI.
Fred kept making deliveries. What was in those boxes and who they went to, I will never know. But I can tell you one thing. The night of day 3 was absolutely the worst night of sleep I had in my entire trip. I don't know what was happening outside of the box or on the roadways. My exterior cameras just showed darkness, but it felt like the universe was giving me one final test. This is
I don't want to say that would make me feel better, but I like not heavy airplane turbulence, but like airplane turbulence where I'm like this. I fuck with that. Right? Or like if I'm thinking if I'm in the car and it's getting a little bumpy and I'm going like I feel like that would be more enjoyable. Right? Like I would actually sleep better. I'm not talking airplane turbulence where the plane falls out of the fucking sky for 10 seconds. I'm saying airplane turbulence where it's just like a little like a little shaky.
This has got to be the worst night of sleep.
But then while it's shaking, I start thinking, I'm like, what if the plane goes down? And then I think what I would be thinking if the plane was going down. And then the turbulence stops, and then I go back to listening to, and then this is what happens. Sorry for the VOD viewers. Right? I'm listening to music. Turbulence starts. I snap back in. I'm like, damn, dude. I pause my music. Fuck, dude. It's kind of scary. It stops again. Sometimes there's been really bad turbulence, bro. Again, when I was younger, I was on a plane one time that had we were going through a storm. And this was in my rave phase where I just listened to rave music. And I had Beats headphones on, like the solo Beats, like the little small ones. And the plane was like plummeting for like probably 3 seconds, and then it would shake, and then it would plummet, and then it would be fine, and then it would shake really aggressively. Whole time I'm listening to fucking Surface by Aerocord. Just make. The whole plane's fucking... The whole time I'm sitting there zoned in, dude, just locked into the fucking turbulence. The plane's plummeting to the ground, and I'm imagining myself just fucking winning a battle royale in real life.
Sleep I've ever had in my entire life. It's so bad. Oh my gosh, it's so loud.
Okay, that's pretty bad, bro. That's like, what? This man has to be fucking falling asleep at the wheel going on the rumpole strips. Because that was just shaking the entire box.
Good morning, guys. I don't think there's going to be any more sleeping in here due to how violent this drive has gotten. We're now all the way in Tennessee somewhere, and now we just have to make our way from Tennessee to Georgia. We're about 108 miles away, which is so close, but as a reminder, I have no power left. These cameras are running off of internal batteries. I'm hoping that they don't die. I still have a few things that I have to get done inside this box. And my buddy Fred wasn't done either. Besides that one time I saw him stop to take my picture, this dude was grinding. He was hitting delivery after delivery as we entered the home stretch. And as for me, like some of you guys know, I've been in the middle of a fitness transformation, and I really did not want to miss out on the gains while I was in the box. So I called the one man that you and I both know will force me to work out. What's up, yay?
What have you done now?
What's up, baby?
Oh my god, are you crazy?
How the hell would you work out in that fucking box?
Man, how many days in are you now?
I'm on day 4.
Day 4? That's holy shit.
Yeah.
Are you ready to kill this now?
I don't want to do this. I actually let Alex install some workout gear inside of this box before we left, and he's about to show me for the first time exactly what he...
Somebody said L ad. What do you mean L ad? Oh, it's the same person spamming. Buddy, I only run pre-rolls. If you clicked off my stream and clicked back on, that's probably why you got an ad. Dizzy for the 3. I was on a plane going to Dallas, and the turbulence was so bad I put on chill music, said out loud that I'm not afraid of death. Adam, Memphis, native, and TWS for the sub. Bro, they probably... the people next to you, you're running solo sitting middle seat on a fucking airplane, and there's a little bit of turbulence. I'm not afraid of death. The single divorced mother looks over to you and goes, fucking, what? If I die here today, I will be okay. Dude, they'd start thinking you're a terrorist. They'd actually start thinking you're a terrorist. I'd be tweaking, dude. If the person next to me was just saying they weren't afraid of death as we were going through turbulence.
We had in mind.
First of all, you'll have resistance bands, you'll have hooks. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start with push-ups. 2 seconds on the way down. Take your hands off the ground. Support yourself only with your chest. Hands back on the ground, and up you go. 10. I'm going to need at least 10 more of those. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Yo, I also have, like, whenever I go to an airport, I always, whenever I'm going through security, I always just watch the people that get, like, really aggravated with the TSA agents. And I gauge how easily I would be able to kick their ass if they tried to, like, you know, pull out a knife on the plane or something like that. And there's this one old guy when I went with Brooke to Iceland, and he was like, he kept his shoes on, and he was like, blah blah blah. I don't want to take my shoes off. They're like, fine, and they let him walk through, and he was just being a pain the whole time. And Brooke was like, he should have to take his shoes off. And I looked over to Brooke. And I was like, Brooke, this guy's like 75 years old. I would murder him if he... And I said that out loud. And I looked around and I was like, oh, fuck. I was having a casual hypothetical conversation, but you shouldn't hypothetically talk about terrorism in the TSA line. So I was like, I basically looked over to Brooke. I was like, I would lay him out if he tried to fucking kill somebody on the plane.
Oh, I can't.
And then, like, 5 minutes later, that creepy guy that had lotion all over his face walked up to me and went, "Good morning. Good morning." It was 8:30 at night. Good morning. And then started rubbing his wrist in front of me. Huh.
24 is fine.
So for the next 45 minutes, I did the toughest workout I've ever done. Even though I was doing this in the worst conditions possible, I'm not going to let that stop me from getting absolutely jacked, or at least trying.
Quickly switch it up again.
Oh, no.
Hold on to both handles with each hand. Now I want you to pull yourself up and try to get your chest as close to the handle.
I ain't watching Iraq workout. I'm sorry.
Puking. I was basically allergic to the box, but I feel like I almost belong in the box at this point. I forgot what the outside world looks and feels like.
So to pass the little amount of time that I had left in the box, there was one last thing I planned to do. About 6 months ago, I opened a P.O. box and you guys sent me all kinds of fan mail, and I haven't really made time to open a lot of it, much less respond to you guys. So I thought my time in the box might be a perfect opportunity to do just that, so I packed some of it with me. Let's open these bad boys up.
This is from Cameron. Cameron just sent me a full printout of a pizza with my face on every pepperoni slice. It's so perfect. Shout out Sophia. Thank you for these stickers. I'm gonna wear them.
One of you guys left me your phone.
That's why I'm not, bro. That's why I've always just said I don't know if I would ever do fan mail, bro. Like, if I open that and one of you guys sent me that, I would be like, you just sent me acid tabs. Like, I just touched them and they absorbed into my skin if I was, like, sweating, and then I'm gonna fucking start tripping balls on... Yeah, no. This would be the Joe Bart P.O. box opening. Oh, Frank just sent me a box here. What's inside? Oh, a dead rat. Okay. Well, you know... Oh, Sophia sent me a box. What is this? Oh, it's just a picture of my face. Okay, next. We go into this box. Oh, it's just poop in a bag.
Call you? All right, I'm gonna call Jeffrey. Hello?
Hello?
What's up? This is Eric.
Hi.
I just got your letter.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
Oh, this person sent me an ant farm, but I don't know if he thought this one through because they all died in the mail.
Hey, what are you doing right now?
I'm in school.
You're in school right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your phone out?
I'll call you guys later.
All right, yeah, call me back later. Dude, what are these kids doing? What the frick? Why would you send me $100?
I would easily take that.
No, it's not legal to send money in the mail like this. Is this real? It looks kind of small. Wow, this is crazy. Dude, they made an entire comic. Callie from Utah, this is insane. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna write all of them back. Thank you for this segment of Mail Time in the Box. Maybe I'll do more mail.
Life for the 3. What's 15 times 32? I'm closing my eyes so my chat can help me. All right, well, 10 times 32 is 320, and then we got 5 times 32 would be 160. So that's 160 plus 320 would be 480. VX for the sub, Chunkles for the 1,000 biddies. Just watch that vlog. Some of the best Joe that we've gotten so far. You need to do more vlogs, Real Joe. Thank you. Floating for the I got to take my Tourette's diagnosis every time I go to the airport in case I have a tick about a bomb or something. You have to take your diagnosis there. What? So they won't, like, get mad at you or not get mad at you. Try to fucking, you know, arrest you or kick you off the plane. Adam for the sub, Dizzy for the 3.
Mail time segments. You guys can send mail here if you want to. Cool or cursed. I think it's all pretty.
Jeff used a calc. Yep. Just so you guys know, chat, calc is short for calculator. It's slang.
Fun, honestly.
I bet you can't do 5 times 1,000. 5,000. Well, you must take a calculator out.
I was having so much fun opening this fan mail, but before we knew it, we were literally pulling up to the destination. I'm so excited. I literally have not seen this guy in years. His living situation is a little weird, so I wanted to prepare you guys for that. I think we're going down his driveway right now.
They said we couldn't do it. Travel by box? That'll never happen. But we traveled 2,700 miles. California to Georgia. To be very honest with you, it was a horrible experience. Cut to the clip of me trying to sleep last night. Cut to the clip of me nonstop puking for the first 2 days. This was stupid. Don't try this. But it was a childhood dream come true, and you guys are about to meet my childhood best friend. I think it's happening.
Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. How is this box going to get back off of the truck? Well, fortunately, the neighbors were so curious.
He meets his friend. His friend opens the box up. Interact steps out. The friend just goes, dude, you fucking reek.
About this box, they all came over to my friend's house and decided to help Fred unload it. There was literally
When's FIREWATCH? When we're done reacts.
an audience watching the entire thing.
I actually brought a helmet for this part just in case something horrible goes wrong.
I got it.
This is so scary.
Can you mail yourself to North Korea? No, that would be pretty funny though. If he's like, guys, we made it. My childhood best friend. He opens up the box and he's just in Pyongyang. He just opens up. He like busts through the box. And he like busts through the box. He's like, oh, my childhood best friend. And it's just like a bunch of people from North Korea just crowded around him in the middle of like town square.
Count it down. 1, 2, 3.
Earlier, I told you guys that my surprise friend has a weird living situation, and by that, I meant that he lives with...
He busts through. He's like, yeah, they're wheeling. No, oh my God. That would actually be North Korea national anthem. He breaks through, right? Like, or he's about to break through, right? They're wheeling him off. He's like, we're almost there. He starts hearing this in the distance. Guys, where am I? And he's like looking around. He breaks out of the box. They're just all there. Kim Jong-un's waiting for him. It's just Kim. It's just Kim petting a cat. He turns. He does one of these. Well, hello there, Iraq. Well, hello there, Iraq. We've been waiting for you.
My mom. So I'm actually at my mom's house right now, and she's probably going to be the one to unbox me.
I think it's got a puppy in it. Is it okay to sign for it?
Yeah, you know it.
I'll get that screwdriver.
The neighbors were actually so curious that they brought their power tools over and started unscrewing the box. I let them try their best with drills and crowbars at first.
They're never going to get into this box. It's a fortress.
But I finally decided to make it easy on them by using my secret door.
It's a door.
The dog just fucking attacks him.
My God, you're in here!
Oh, it's so bright.
Did they ship you?
Yeah.
With a toilet? Oh.
That's awesome.
The toilet?
How long have you been in there?
4 days.
No, you.
Smells like you've been in there for a month.
You have it.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
4 days?
Yeah.
You're crazy. Did you sleep?
Yeah, actually, I got a lot of rest.
Oh, is that a... Oh my god, is that a Gator... Is that a Blue Frost Gatorade bottle? Just packed to the brim with poop? Ugh! Is that a fucking water bottle just fucking filled with shit? Oh my god.
Oh my god. So you crossed the United States in this?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It was great to be home to see my mom again, but as you guys know, I had a very specific mission in mind.
I can't believe this is the way you're coming home.
I gotta be honest, I didn't come all this way just to see you, though. I came here to see my best friend.
Baker?
Yeah.
Oh.
I brought his favorite little treat. It's
Baker?
The moment of the final reveal. I'm so excited. You want to give me like a description of Baker's personality?
He's very grumpy.
He's grumpy?
It's gonna be a fucking dog.
He only is focused on food.
It's gonna be a dog.
Because he's a pig.
That's right, yeah. Right.
Oh. That's right, my best friend from home is a pig. I actually bought him with my own money when I was younger, and we've been friends ever since. This pig has 2 houses, a pool, and he gets belly rubs whenever he wants them. He actually has a better life than all of us, and he will never understand what I went through to get to him. Honestly, I was just grateful to be out of the box, and being back home with my mom and my pig.
All that for a pig? Bro, having a pet pig is pretty cool, but I don't think I could ever have a pet cow or a pet pig if I actively ate pork or beef. Like, I wouldn't be able to have a pet pig and then also go to my, like, you know, fucking deli and get a bacon, egg, and cheese and go home and just fucking mac it right next to Porky while he's just fucking staring at me.
Was just icing on the cake.
All right, Baker. I mailed myself all the way across the country for this guy and to see my...
I'd eat it in front of him? That's fucked up. Bro, that'd be like eating dog in front of your dog.
You mailed yourself for your mom. Correct that.
Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go take a shower. That's pretty much it.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Alright, that was a WS video. Adox for the 4, says Wojo, 10 tacos for the 3. Sorry for my absence, I have big boy stuff to do. You're good, bro. Parachute Red for the sub, Michael for the 3. I have texted recently addicted picking up this really bad tech after watching this Dark Humor segment from Gianmarco Soresi. I randomly, without meaning to yell out, I'm not even gonna, I don't even know what that means, so I'm not gonna say it. Vixie for the sub. Chunkles for the 1,000 biddies. Eason for the sub. Alright, chat. Which one do we do? We're only watching one, and then we gotta get into Firewatch. Because I'm not running fucking reacts for another hour and a half and then running a 4-hour fucking game. Do Firewatch now? These videos are both short. Alright, how porn destroyed Gen Z forever, or the tragic history of World War I plastic surgery? Mods, run a poll. I have to take a piss real quick. And then we're going to hop into the last react before we hop into Firewatch. Count me down. Oh. Oh. Mods, did we run the poll? Mods? 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 Hello? Mods? Also, chat 1 or 2. I have to post on TikTok. 2. There's no mods here. There are mods here. There's 2 mods here. Where the fuck are the mods at? Might have to get new mods soon. Or not new, more mods soon. Rather. Hold up. I'm bitching at them to join. Yo, this is a radio-ass song, but it's good as fuck. All right, lock back in. Lock back in here. Lock back in here. Our mods in stream. I just bitched at him. Where's the poll? I'm making the fucking poll. Jesus Christ. Mods! All right, which one? We have how porn. I'm gonna write how corn. I'm gonna write corn or tragic plastic surgery. How porn destroyed Gen Z forever, or the tragic history of World War I plastic surgery. Which one are we watching right now today? The other one we're obviously going to save either for Friday or Sunday. Also, this Friday is going to be the Trevor Project charity stream. I forgot to mention that. That is this Friday. Pride Day is the 28th, which is Friday. So we're going to be doing that then. We also have I have a merch sale from the 28th to the 4th, 25% anything off in the store using code HAPPY4. But that's not starting for 4 more days. Anyways, today we're going to be doing one more React, and then we're going to play all of Firewatch. Tomorrow I'm not live. Wednesday, and then we're going to be live until the 4th of July. Wednesday I'm going to be doing horror games. Thursday is going to be maybe games with other streamers. If not, we're going to be doing random sim games, Roblox, shit like that. Friday's Reacts and the Trevor Project charity stream to prevent LGBTQ suicide. Saturday is VR. I haven't done VR in a while. Sunday's Reacts. Monday is going to be Roblox games and F&B games and shit like that. Next Tuesday's probably like a 4-hour thriller game similar to Until Dawn. Next Wednesday is going to be horror. And then next Thursday I'm not live because it's 4th. Floating for the 3. G-Vocals, you're running low on mods. If only somebody would volunteer me. Do you actually want to be a mod floating? Squishy for the 5. I already offered you mod. Like not that long ago. I have severe anxiety, so driving is very nerve-wracking, but after a month of practice, ready to take my test. Yes? All right, I'm modding. No, you didn't. I literally said I would mod. Actually, I'm going to ask my mods first for mod recommendations. Also, need new mod recs. Is floating a good option? Give me like 2 to 3. I might mod like 2 or 3 people. Not today, but like tomorrow. Mod floating. Floating is very, very capable of being a mod. Donald and Race for the subscription for the 5. After a month of practice, ready to take the test after I already read that. But, I mean, good luck, man. Hope you have a good time taking that fucking driving test. Hope it goes well. All right. More people voted the corn one than the fucking plastic surgery shit. All right. Lock in. Real quick. We're watching this, and then we're hopping in, and we are playing all of Firewatch in one day. It's only like a 3.5-hour game. But with my interruptions, it'll probably take us like 5 hours. Anyways, lock in. How porn destroyed Gen Z forever.
Adult content is modern.
Have you ever played Life is Strange? No. Lock in. Donald for the sub. Never played it. If you have any games you want me to play or videos you want me to react to, exclamation Discord, videos, games, tab. It's high five most of the videos that I watch, games that I play. If you have any videos you want me to watch, games you want me to play, send those there. Outside of that, at the end of stream, I'm closing the game clip suggestion tab. You only have until the end of stream to send clips there. Funny clips, bad clips, or really good, you know, pro fucking gaming clips. They have to be yours. You can send those in the game clip suggestion tab under the game and video suggestion tab. And I'll react to those either on Friday or Sunday. Lock in.
Adult content is modern society's.
When did Gen Z end? I'm in Gen Z. I think Zeusie's in Gen Z. And Zeusie's 4 years older than me. I think Gen Z... Chat, when did Gen Z start? Gen Z start and end date. 1997 to 2012. So, anyone in this chat should not be Gen Alpha. Millennials is 1981 to 96. The youngest Gen Zer is 12. The oldest Gen Zer is 27. I would probably say the majority of this chat is in the middle to upper level of Gen Z. Upper meaning like 16 to 20.
Worst kept secret.
Cole, thank you for the 5 gifteds. Thank you for the 5 gifteds. Lock in here, chat. Lock in here, chat. Lock in here, chat. Gotta ban somebody. You gotta be 13 to use Twitch. Brother said he was 12. You are out of my chat, buddy. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. In the most respectful way. You are not allowed to be here. Leave my stream.
The amount of people who regularly watch it is really insane, with roughly 40 million regular viewers in America alone. The most popular sites compete with LinkedIn and Netflix for
40 million monthly viewership on fucking Pornhub.
Popularity, whilst roughly 1 in 7 of all internet searches are people seeking it out, with an average.
What? 1 in 7 Google searches is porn? Nah, you actually banned him? Yeah, bro. If somebody in my chat is under 13, they're getting banned. You have to be 13 to use Twitch. Honestly, I would say, like, at the end of the day, I would say 13-year-olds shouldn't even be in my stream. But I can't stop you because it's not... There's no guidelines preventing you, right? Like, but I will say that if you are under 13, you are breaking Twitch guidelines by having this app. So if you fucking self-report yourself, I'm gonna fucking ban you. AJ for the sub. Underrated take, watching Pornhub while in a relationship is cheating. I would say that is a very unpopular take. I don't know the statistics on that, but I would not say probably Mod Floating and Ferret, but I haven't been active that recently. I feel like Floating definitely. Are you saying, when you say Ferret, are you saying Faritos? It's super fucked up, though. I mean, it's your take. It's your take. But, I mean, I will say, I have never been in a relationship where the alternative partner has voiced discontent with that realm. Right? Like, I don't know.
Out with an average.
I think that depends on the person.
Usually getting their first.
But I would say most people would not consider that cheating.
To getting their first exposure at just 13 years old, we don't know nearly enough about how
Dog, I was looking up boobs on YouTube when I was 10. Swear to God, bro. And I would cover that shit up by looking up WWE wrestlers. Because the history would show. And so I would look up boobs on YouTube. And then I would look up The Undertaker and John Cena. And like I would just start rattling off WWE wrestlers to try and hide the search history.
Damaging adult content truly is in the modern world, but new studies have confirmed some of our worst fears, with evidence linking adult content to addiction, dysfunction, and permanent physical damage to the brain. Meanwhile, the generation most immersed in this content...
You could delete your search history? Brother, I was 10 years old. I did not know that. I did not know that. I was going on a Google account and I was just looking up naked people. Like, dude, I had no idea. I don't even remember, bro. I don't even remember when I found out what corn was, but like, I don't remember that day, right? I just know at one point I stopped Googling like boobs or something like that.
Are also the loneliest in living memory. Young people today are less likely to form.
It's embarrassing, brother. I will tell that story all the time. I think it's fucking hilarious that I used to look up WWE wrestlers to try and move down the search history, because if you pressed more, you would just see like, dude, I swear to God, when I was 10, I would look up nude beaches, boobs, and I would just scroll. I'd be like, wow, dude, this is like fucking crazy, and then I tab out, exit out. I don't know what motivated me to do that either. And then I told the story about how I used to watch Harold and Kumar scene like over and over when I was like, I don't know, probably 11, man.
Form lasting relationships and connect with each other than ever before. So let's uncover the terrible consequences of modern society's new addiction and how it's sabotaging millions of young men and women's chances for love. As it's becoming clear that
I think a big problem with porn is that it fetishizes not necessarily abuse, but obscene aggression, in that that's not how it is for most. It feeds into the idea of, like, for the most part, a man being overly aggressive and just like bad.
adult content is destroying dating forever.
Oh my God, dude. Fucking dating apps. Do you think dating apps do more positive or negative? My friends will sit on dating apps and just fucking swipe for hours, bro. Hours. And I think it has positive effects, but it also removes like a human aspect of somebody, and it just turns into like, you're like playing a fucking video game, man. Like you're literally just fucking swiping on photos of people, and you're not even looking at like what you think they would like. Like they're not reading that. I don't know about women, but I could tell you looking at my friends, they don't give a fuck whatever that bio says. I'm letting you know that right now. When I see them swipe, they make their right or left swipe in 3 seconds. In 3 seconds. I will watch my friends swipe on Hinge, and the picture will pop up, swipes one way or the other. Doesn't read shit. Just looks at the first photo of them and determines whether or not he's swiping.
It might seem obvious that adult content is impacting young people's relationships. Whatever you think about it.
Most women don't fuck with dating apps. I think that one where the women engage first is a smart version of a dating app. I don't remember the name of it. Oh my God, what was that? Because I used dating apps before I started dating Brooke. When I turned 18, I downloaded dating apps, if I'm being real. But, my God, what's the name of it? Bumble. Yeah, Bumble. I remember I had Bumble for like 2 months, and it was fucking bad, but it was better than like the other apps. They were terrible, bro.
Most people wouldn't be completely comfortable with their partner consuming it on a regular basis. But it's easy just to focus on what it does to relationships. Instead, we're going to explore how adult content sabotages men from the offset, making even just dating far more difficult. Everyone's experience is different, but there's a few problems that people instinctively know are there. There's worries that adult content could act like a substitute for real human interaction. Men who consume it could lose motivation and their drive for a better life, as long as they're more comfortable consuming the content rather than putting themselves out there. Other people think it might make reality look worse in comparison, slowly raising people's expectations and sabotaging their feelings for their partner. After all, real life doesn't have cinematic lighting, makeup team, or flattering camera angles. And then there's the question of whether
it raises expectations to an unreal amount, which detriments future relationship possibilities. That is, in one sentence, the fucking big problem of corn.
content makes people think more transactionally about relationships and intimacy. If someone's been consuming false content for years, living in a
Yo, what is happening with this video? Is it fucking glitching or am I insane?
dopamine-filled bubble, it might cheapen the real experience. These are all good questions, but even with all the soul-searching and introspection in the world, it's really hard to tell how watching adult content actually changes you. Luckily, we don't need to get too philosophical here. New research on the effects adult content is having on our brains is confirming all of our worst fears. By looking at the facts, we can predict the awful consequences for young men and the dating world in general. Back in the days when tobacco companies still had complete control of the government, they developed a whole bag of tricks to ensnare lifelong customers. Most of their advertising was redundant. Just reminding people that their addiction existed was more than enough. Instead, their main goal was to get new smokers, children, and teenagers who were most susceptible to picking up the lifelong habits sucked into their trap. So the company started putting adverts next to sugary drinks and snacks, or they display their adverts lower than usual, right at a child's eye level. This meant kids began associating
Dude, candy cigarettes? That's like, that should have never became a thing. Just literally getting, I know it's not actually tobacco, it's just candy, but it's still putting it in like a 5-year-old's mind that like, oh, cigarettes are cool.
them with pleasure before they'd even
And
picked
all cool people smoked cigarettes. Like, if you ask your parents, like, why they started smoking, they would be like, well, everybody that was cool smoked, right? Like, if you watched movies, the people that were, like, cool, the main characters, they smoked cigarettes. Everybody smoked fucking cigarettes. Important people smoked cigarettes.
up their first cigarettes. It was these techniques that doomed millions of people around the world to shorter, more painful lives. And the modern adult content industry uses modernized versions of these same techniques. In fact, a lot of it is done for them already. Instead of candy cigarettes, social media plays the same role. Most kids have already been conditioned into the reward path of scrolling for content by TikTok and YouTube. It's a seamless progression. As kids enter puberty, they explore their new interests in exactly the same way they consume other content. The major tube sites are designed to look and act exactly like their safer work equivalents. It's the beginning of a cycle of addiction for these kids that's far more dangerous and damaging than anyone ever predicted. We now know that sustained consumption of adult content physically changes the brain. It's because it impacts the brain's reward system, overwhelming it with an assault of chemicals every time the content is consumed. Just like with drugs, the first time people consume modern adult content, they get a huge dose of pleasure chemicals, the most important of which is dopamine. The brain sees this adult content as an enhanced version of what naturally interests it. It's like it just found the most delicious food imaginable, and then immediately it wants more. But over time, the reward lessens as the brain gets used to this new normal. It internalizes the behavior that led to the burst of dopamine and tries to replicate it. But the results don't last forever. Again, just like with any drug, over time the brain builds up a tolerance. It pushes the person to spend longer seeking out
So
more.
people get used to it, and that's how they get addicted?
Extreme content. One study found that just under half of the regular viewers they interviewed had actively searched for things they used to find disgusting and undesirable. Naturally, the rational side of the human brain finds all of this distressing. Adult content doesn't just
Boring, not gonna lie. Cool, bro. Leave.
activate dopamine, it also creates feelings of shame, guilt, and other negative emotions. Emotions that can only be forgotten and silenced by descending further into the loop of addiction. In other words, it breeds the same destructive apathy that heavy drug users might experience. And so it shouldn't be any surprise then that this destructive cycle is altering people's brains, especially in young men. One side effect researchers found when studying the brain of adult content addicts was a reduction in the striatum. This is where the brain's higher decision-making processes are found. Damage and a loss in brain matter there lends weight to the claim.
Do you think people that watch... Do you think there's a link between people that watch porn more proactively and people that commit sex crimes? I would say that if you were to ask... If you did... there's probably studies on that. Like, I mean, it's not a direct correlation in the sense that... I think it's a more direct correlation in the sense that if somebody's a rapist, they're more likely to also be addicted to watching porn, but that doesn't mean that if you're addicted to watching porn, you're a rapist, right? Like, it's not, I don't think that it's an inverse correlation. I don't think it goes both ways. I think that everybody that is in that realm might be addicted to it, but just because you are doesn't mean you're going to be one of them.
That people build up a tolerance to adult content over time, but it could also have unforeseen consequences for how people live their lives and how content they are with them. We've also seen evidence that excessive adult content...
Max couldn't get it up while we were together because of porn addiction. It was that bad these days. That is bad. Because because then the dopamine release is less and less every time, that the arousal just becomes non-existent. Koof and CZV for the sub-public for the 3. Where's the clip suggestion tab of the Discord? You're going to have to scroll down. Floating for the 3. Corn feeds is the idea that women are nothing more than an outlet of pleasure for men. Kobe for the 3. When I was probably 10, my dad used to take me to work with him, and I would be at his friend's computer playing games while my dad worked. But one day I looked up Corn and watched videos and probably got a virus. Then a few days later, my dad went through my phone, looked at my history. We had a talk after that. That is awful. Amp and Snoozy for the sub. Floating for the 3. When I was 6 to 10, I was searching up girls kissing. Don't know how I thought I was straight for so long. You were looking up girls kissing when you were 6. Alex to the 3. I used to look up inappropriate pranks on YouTube when I was 9, and I still have PTSD how I got yelled at after because my dumbass thought if I turned off Wi-Fi, the search history would reset. I'm a Joby for the 3. My girl and I debated on if watching Corn is cheating and decided that it is, and if not, very odd to watch. If the relationship is healthy, should those desires be achieved via your partner? It's not an exact equivalent, but imagine looking at another girl's, thing or being subbed to an OnlyFans. Same concept. Should it be done in a monogamous relationship? Yeah. I would say, dude, okay. I think there's a difference. This is what I'm going to say. I think you made valid points. But the one thing I want to say is I think there's a difference between being in a relationship and paying for an OnlyFans and being in a relationship and just watching Corn. If you are paying for OnlyFans subscriptions while you have a girlfriend, that's like, I would say, yeah, that's fucking whack. Right? I think it's more up for a conversation if it's just like, okay, you guys haven't seen each other in 2 weeks and you're looking something up, but I don't know. Doinks for the 3. Is Firewatch after this video? Yeah. AJ and Cole for the fucking subs. Nico for the sub. Vegetable for the sub.
Use can lead to the damage in the connections between the decision-making center of the brain and the reward system. It means that adult content could actually be draining the pleasure from the rest of its audience's life. Another thing researchers have noticed is that addicts have much less of a response to simple images. Compared to people who have never seen it, regular viewers of adult content just weren't showing the same response. Adult content, it seems, permanently changed their preference to the point where anything natural just didn't work anymore.
But do you think if they get desensitized, do you think if they stop, their body would reset kind of similarly to like when somebody gets over a drug addiction?
Makes sense when you consider another massively widespread effect of adult content addiction, dysfunction. While it was once something that rarely affected young, healthy adults, these issues now affect over a quarter of men under 40. It's a number that's been going up ever since online adult content became so widespread. On top of this strange coincidence, multiple studies have linked the heavy use of adult content to male dysfunction. While it's hard to measure the reasons for why this happens, the most logical explanation is pretty simple. The completely unrealistic world that adult content portrays eventually outshines reality, conditioning heavy users to the point that the real world just doesn't compare anymore. There are too many terrible consequences on the brain to list, but even just with this small selection, we can see why adult content can have an awful effect on a relationship. It may well be damaging to relationships in general, or adult content could stop men from making these connections to begin with. So let's explore what's going so wrong and how adult content has left its mark on modern dating culture. Now that we know what adult content is doing to young men's brains and bodies, we can predict what effect it's having on dating. One massive problem we've seen over the past decade is the massive rise in young men who just aren't building intimate relationships.
I wouldn't say that's from Corn, though. I would honestly say that's from dating apps. I think that dating apps... this is my just speculation, right? In that, on a dating app, any woman can find a partner, right? But if you're a man on a dating app, you are only getting swipes if you're the top 10. Like, the top 10% of men on dating apps are getting 95% of the swipes. And then the other 90% of the men are getting fucking a fraction. A fucking fraction. Like a sliver, right? I think it's more even with women in the sense that they're gonna get a partner. I don't want to say it's because men are desperate, but in the sense that if you're like a prized man on a dating app, you might get 30 fucking matches. And you might get with all those women. But if you're not, now you're probably gonna get 1, 2, right? So I think it makes it harder for a broad majority of men because of that as well. I don't think I will say corn probably has to do with it as well, but I don't think it's just the rise of lonely single men is just because of corn. I think it's also because of, you know, dating apps and then a million other fucking things. Hold up. I gotta refresh my chat. All right. Are you playing Firewatch? Yeah, after this video. Brody for the 3. Just got done with PT. They put my ass on crutches. Pissed us all about it. Hurt like a bitch. Pardon my French. That Cliff for the sub. Ricky for the sub. You're pissed that they put you in crutches? Like, isn't that just so you get healed better, though? You know what I mean? Or you're saying they put you on crutches when you were, what, in a wheelchair? I really didn't consider being away from your partner. That's a fair point. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just a conversation for that specific couple. Vegetable for the sub, coup for the sub. All right. Lock back in here, chat.
Aren't building intimate relationships. Society demonizes these people as incels, but in reality, they're not all stereotypical neckbeards. Those caricatures make up a tiny portion of the millions of people suffering from this loneliness problem. I mean, the fact that 1 in 3 men are completely checking out of the dating world should be a massive warning sign for the path of society.
What are people doing that willingly? Do you think 1 in 3 young men in the U.S. report having no sex? Do you think a lot of them are doing that because they want to, or because they literally can't find somebody to get with?
Is taken instead.
And I don't want to say it's. I think a lot of it is men aren't putting themselves out there. It's saying men 18 to 24. There's a lot of college-age men my age that don't leave their house. If you don't go out, you're never going to find someone. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of it is, yeah, they're struggling, and so it's easier for some men than others. But I think at the end of the day, regardless who you are or what you look like, you can find somebody that's into you, you know? Like, it might take time, but, I mean, that's it. Kofo for the 3. I hate when I'm on Twitter and I see a random person promoting corn. Dude, that's under every fucking Twitter tweet. Random for the sub, or X post. Brody for the 3. They put me on crutches for the ankle. I really hate crutches.
That these people are ridiculed. But what is the cause behind all of this then? We can't say that adult content
If
is
Joe found somebody, anybody can. You're an asshole. You're a dickhead.
solely to blame. There are thousands of different things all putting pressure on young people right now, but it can't be denied that it's playing a major role. We saw that adult content rewires the brain, making it see real people as less desirable than videos. But this could happen for a number of reasons. One thing that adult content has that real life will never have is a sense of safety. There's no real checks or tests or struggle involved in consuming it at all, other than just clicking the I'm over 18 button. People naturally find the easiest way of fulfilling a need and stick to it. Leaving that comfort zone and finding a real relationship is so much harder, especially today, that it's not actually that surprising that our animal brains aren't bothering at all. Of course, while it's easier at first, addiction eventually sets in, which makes finding something real that much harder. Both the brain and the body get used to the comfort of the computer screen. If you suddenly add the messy emotional experience of actual intimacy into the mix, then it's not going to respond well at first. Gummy sweets might be easier to chew and sweeter in the mouth, but in the long run they're an incredibly unhealthy substitute for real food. And when you do bite into a steak months or even years later, you might not be ready for the transition. When you add in the mechanical problems that watching too much adult content causes, the picture becomes clearer. Millions of young men are losing their confidence and staying within their comfort zones. And it's not just the men. Adult content's cultural impact has major implications for dating as a whole. It's another reflection of how we've turned an intimate human experience into a datafied numbers game. Anyone who's tried an online dating app knows how many bots there are. They've also probably matched with a potential partner, only to find out they're just advertising their Instagram or their OnlyFans. It isn't a coincidence that
they should ban those accounts. If they're fucking promoting more exclusive content, check my OnlyFans. Dude, they shouldn't be able to fucking make a dating account if they're not actually there for dating.
There's a barrier, filtering out the people who don't make the cuts and get rejected by the algorithm. At exactly the same time, it offers them an alternative. The only matches they get are fake advert accounts, profiles that the apps could easily get rid of if they actually cared about it. The apps also try to bait them into buying the premium services. They don't make money if the product actually
104 pounds for 6 fucking months of Tinder Gold.
if the product actually works. They make
What does Tinder Gold even do?
their real money from people spending months or years on the app.
Yes, Tinder is working on a $500 subscription tentatively called Tinder Vault. $500? What?
Going back to the staggering
For what?
third of young men going without intimacy, and it isn't surprising anymore, as we've built systems to keep people within this lonely, addictive cycle.
109 for a girlfriend, though? But doesn't it feel like, I don't know, doesn't I used dating apps before I was with Brooke, but I mean, doesn't it feel weird to pay to find a girlfriend? Like, I understand you're paying to go on dates and shit, but like, if you're paying to find a girlfriend, I feel like that just feels, I don't know. Yeah, like a pay to win. Yeah, like fucking, like you're playing like a fucking shitty video game. Knock for the sub. Dumb for the 3. In my situation, I have architecture makes it 2 times more tired than the average, which makes me hate going out, but should I let that stop me? Well, I mean, dude, don't let it stop. Like, I'm saying don't let it stop you from doing things you want to do, but also don't push yourself to the point where you're, like, actually, like, in physical fucking pain or something. Floating for the 3. There's also just less women on dating apps can be more dangerous and scary for us. Oh, yeah, definitely. Meeting a random guy that you've never fucking talked to before.
Services like OnlyFans,
Brooke for the tier 2 sub, and It's Mooch for the sub.
Seem like a step up from other adult content in some ways. They give the people who actually make the content a much larger share of the pie, but in its essence, it's just another way to turn adult content into a better substitute for real intimacy. It gives
Pizza God said, why did you ban me on your other account? Well, what's your other account, Pizza God? Because you just created a fucking account to fucking bitch at me. I'm letting you know, by the way, you're also probably going to get banned here because you're fucking... You literally just made a fucking new account to try and get fucking banned. Somebody said Brooke, question mark? Not my girlfriend, Brooke. Other people also have the name Brooke in the world. What's your at, Pizza God 35? Pizza God 35, we are waiting. We are waiting on call for you, Pizza God 35. What is your other at? Pizza God 35. I will look for you if you tell me you're at Pizza God 35. We are actively waiting, Pizza God 35. Pizza God 35. Okay, here it is. I'm looking. Pizza God 35 has sent their user. Your account was suspended or deactivated, Pizza God 35. That is why you were banned. I can't look at why you got banned. It says your account itself was suspended. I don't know why that was, if you did it yourself, but that probably, if you got unwillingly banned, that means you probably typed something pretty fucking crazy. Which is likely why you got banned, Pizza God 35.
people the idea they're actually talking to the model and getting an inside view into their world. But in reality, it's just going one layer deeper into a parasocial
Oh, you think it was the kid that was too young to use Twitch? Oh my god. All right, hold up. And now you're banned. For the sub.
transactional relationship. Most of the time, popular models just hire people to respond to the messages for them anyway. Even that tiny bit of real human contact is built on a lie. The fact that OnlyFans has become so widespread is even more concerning. It normalizes transactional views towards dating as a whole. For men, it changes how they view women and relationships. Both the massive amount of mass-produced adult content as well as the swarm of OnlyFans adverts just tells them that intimacy is something to be consumed and bought. And for women, it encourages them to see themselves in the same way. It shows them a whole catalog where men are given a number and a value for however many fans they can get. People inevitably focus on the few models at the top where you can
$98K in a month.
all the money and the attention. In reality, most people who try barely get any attention, whatever they try and do. It's insane to think that all of this can be going on and not influencing people's views on dating. People start instinctively valuing each other through the same ways they judge the appearance of others online. Instead of being something spontaneous and organic, dating has become choosing from a catalog and having an algorithm pick your partner for you. It's an awful experience if you get caught up in it, as this all amounts to an assault on your self-image. It means knowing that the world will give you a transactional value based on who you are and what you look like. Before this globalized phenomenon, whether you found someone was based far more on your confidence, your personality, and your environment. This new playing field only rewards a few superficial characteristics instead. Using them as a test you need to pass before.
Yeah, because it's like, if you met somebody in public before dating apps, the odds that you guys are probably gonna work is higher because you actually were in the same place at the same time and have similar interests just off the fact that you met each other, right? versus swiping on somebody that isn't even in your area and has different interests than you. And I mean, like, I don't want to say it makes it so you can, like, cherry pick a person, but part of meeting somebody is their differences. And if you're just looking for somebody that ticks all the boxes, then you're probably not going to be in a happy relationship.
Before anything else even matters. It shuts millions of men and women out of dating and finding a real connection, adding even more fuel to the loneliness crisis we're already going through. Adult content is playing an important role in this worldwide tragedy, as we've already seen. You might think that getting out of the dating game and into a long-term relationship would mean that you've seen the last of adult content messing with your life. But even if you find a great relationship, it isn't all over yet. For millions of men dealing with an adult content addiction, it can be hard to shake even when they have something real to replace it with. Quitting anything that you've been doing for months or years can be tough. Even small habits are slightly psychologically addicting. With adult content's effects on your reward system though, it's even harder for your body to quit the easy source of dopamine. This can be a problem for people in relationships. Now it depends on how your partner feels, but nearly a third of women think that watching it is a form of infidelity. It gives the idea that your partner isn't enough for you. You need other women. While no other people are actually involved in any intimate way, it does make lots of people uncomfortable. And so it might not come as a shock then that people who are addicted to adult content are also more likely to cheat on their partner. It could be a case of simple correlation rather than a casual link. People who watch a lot of it probably have a higher libido, which would make them more tempted. But it could also be a case where adult content is cheapening the value of intimacy altogether. If you watch it every day for potentially hours at a time, it would start to mean less. We've already seen how adult content erodes the decision-making part of the brain. It could subtly...
But then wouldn't they grow to not like it, or would it just literally be like a dopamine thing? Like if they got bored of it,
influence people's judgments and make them more likely to make unforgivable mistakes. The other effects that adult content has aren't conducive to a healthy relationship either. Over time, as people get further into their addiction, they need more and more extreme content to get the same amount of dopamine. Eventually they can find themselves watching strange and potentially violent content which used to disgust them. This alone is disturbing, a sign that adult content is pushing millions of people towards unhealthy obsessions. Shaking it off and returning to normal is really tricky, and it's unclear whether these preferences are permanent changes or if they wear off after a while.
I tried to quit dozens of times, hundreds of times. And really what happened was whenever I was old enough to enter into relationships and start trying to engage in sexual activity, I realized that I essentially conditioned my brain to prefer pixels over, people and partners.
But it could easily bring tension
and then he couldn't actually get with his partner
to a relationship if both people aren't on the same page. If someone's only experiences are through adult content, it could also pose a problem. They could think that the risky, gross, and potentially dangerous things they do
get bored of one video, move to the next. Yeah, that's
adult
true.
Content are normal. If they bring these expectations to the bed,
We kind of acknowledge the raid. I don't acknowledge one-party raids because they raided with themselves.
It could be a nasty surprise for that partner,
and I turned it off. I don't know why that one actually showed up. One-party raids shouldn't go through.
Who might feel pressured or uncomfortable with their requests. In case it wasn't clear, there really isn't a case to be made for watching adult content regularly, if ever. We've seen the things it can do to your brain, your chances in the modern dating world, and your most important relationship.
Still one more person in the stream? No, because they're already in my stream. They just went live, watched themselves, and raided me. And then I don't gain anything. They're just doing it so I shout them out.
But if you stop consuming adult content, nearly all of these problems will just fade away. The brain, the body,
I'll think a fucking 2 or 3 person raid. I do that all the time. But one-party raids, you're watching yourself and then fucking raiding me.
And even the soul are ready to repair themselves. They just need the time and energy to do it. If you enjoy...
That was a fucking W video. All right. Chat. It's time. I almost just tabbed out of my stream. It's time. 4. Number 1, gaming. Number 2, Firewatch. After a while.